Okay, so we're back and we're still finding critical values. And it occurred to me, I just wanted to kind of mention this a little bit. This is the really nice feature of the new Excel. So let me just show it again. It's t.inv. And I did 0.98 so that I could have the area in the right tail. Remember that you need the area in the left tail right there. So I did 0.98 because that's the area in the left tail in order to give me the area in the right tail of 0.02, which is what's listed here, comma 20. Now, as easy as this is, and it is, it's great. If you don't have Excel 2010, you're kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit. So you want T inverse. It Excel 2010 will do it, but it's not nearly as nice. The deal is, though, that the probability in T inverse is not the same as it was for the other one, for T dot inverse. I know it seems crazy, but it's true. T inverse versus T dot inverse are not the same thing. So T inverse needs the two-tailed probability, which is really funky because what you need to think of it is, you can do it a couple ways, but you basically say, okay, if it's 0.02 in the right tail, then it's also 0.02 in the left tail, right? So that means it's 0.04 altogether and 20. Weird, isn't it? I know it's strange. They really fixed it, and I really prefer the T dot inverse function, but if you can't get it, then you have to double what was here to get two tails, and then use your 20 degrees of freedom. So new if one, you get to just use the area in the left tail like everything else, comma 20. And then this one, you got to do the area in both tails, comma 20. I know, insane. Well, let's do it again. So this one, by the way, T.02 is, let me write it out, T 0.02, technically comma 20, is equal to 2.196. I think that's what it was. Yep, 2.197. Fine. Beautiful. Marvelous. Okay, cool. So now what about, oh, getting my computer to yell at me. All right, so what about the t-value such that the area in the left tail, okay. So if you're talking about the area in the left tail is that small, then it's going to be in the left tail. So this isn't going to be too hard to do. So you just go t.005, comma, n was 23, so degrees of freedom is 22. 1 minus that. Now the T inverse one is going to be a little strange because you got to double it because it says it's got to be both tails. And double 0.005, matter of fact, you can just type it, 2 times 0.005. Let's see if it'll do it without freaking out on me. And then 23, or no, 22, right? Because degrees of freedom is 22 when n is 23. Cross our fingers, hope it works. It's the same. It's just they gave us the positive one. We really technically want the negative one. The negative one's what they're looking for because it's the area in the left tail is so small. So if you think of the T-curve, here it is. If you think of the T-curve, if the area is only 0.005, you're over here somewhere. You're on the negative side. So there we go. All right. T is equal to that. Oops, lowercase t. I'm not getting into the typing there. All right. Oh, well, all right. You talked me into it. I'll do it, but I'm not happy about it. All right. So it's T 0.005, comma 22. All right. Technically, it's actually 0.995 because it's the area on the right, but that's all right. Good enough, right? Okay. So, and that was equal to whatever number was out there. All right. Now, what about 95% confidence? How does that work? Well, if it's 95% confidence, what's the area in the two tails, right? So if it's 95%, the area in both tails equals 5%, which means the area in each tail equals 0.025 or 2.5%. So you just go to T inverse and you type 0.025, and my degrees of freedom on this one is 16 because n was 17. You type 16. Enter. Or on this one, because this is two-tailed, you can just type 0.05, comma 16. And you got it. One's giving you the negative one, one's giving you the positive one, but they get the same general gist done, right? There they both are. So both T dot inverse and T inverse. I prefer T dot inverse, but I know not all of you have it.